Hello everybody, in this video I'm going to show you how you can make your WWE action figure heads interchangeable. So if you have any old WWE elites or basics and you want to be able to change the head on them and then have them be interchangeable, I'm going to show you how I did it in this video. So of course the first step is to heat up the heads either using hot water or maybe a hair dryer or whatever you use to heat up the heads. I used hot water. As you can see, I heated it up on the stove. I didn't have it boiling. As you can see, there's smoke coming out of it and there was like bubbles in it, but I didn't have it boiling. And although something I recommend is that you first try it on a figure that you wouldn't care if it gets destroyed or messed up. I used that Alexa Bliss figure. I of course did want to use it, but I wouldn't have been too bummed out if it did get messed up. So that's what I would recommend you do if you try this. Now, as you can see by the video that's been playing this whole time, it did take me a few tries to get the head malleable enough to get off. So that's what I would also recommend you do. If you start pulling it off and it feels like it's not coming off, then you definitely shouldn't keep going with it. You might end up taking out the neck peg, or you might just rip the head. So what I did is when the water got to the right heat, I put the figure in there for about 35 seconds. And then when I tried to take the head off, I noticed that it was malleable enough. This time I used a towel and it came right off. The best way to take the head off is to put your thumb under the chin and then pull up. As you can see, it came right off and nothing got messed up. The head is fine. The neck peg is fine. There it is. And this next part, I actually wanted to try to switch the kick pads from one to the other. And so I did pretty much the same thing. Put them in the water, held them there for 35 seconds, and then took them out. It actually took me 3 different tries to actually be able to take the kick pads off. And if that happens to you, don't worry, just keep doing it until they're soft enough to take off. You don't want to mess up your figures. So first I dried it off because you don't want to end up burning yourself with the water that's still on it, and then just kind of pull them to the side. You might have to pull them around a bit until it finally comes off. The other one ended up cooling down, so I put it back in the water again for 35 seconds. And the reason I keep saying for 35 seconds is because if you put it for too long, it might end up warping the figure and it'll stay like that forever. So you don't want to do that. So the same thing, just pull it to the side until it pops off. The other leg ended up not being hot enough, but I just put it like in there for a bit longer and then it came off easily. The kick pads ended up cooling down a bit, so I have to put them back in the water and then they fit right in.
But now, yeah, make all the demons quiet, yeah, we were built to thrive, yeah, I think that we've all had enough. What keeps you up at night, yeah, make all the demons quiet, yeah, we were built to thrive, yeah, I think that we've all had enough. Oh, yeah, I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan, they know that we're calling it wrong. You got me like, oh, yeah, I think that we've all had enough. Quiet, yeah, we were built to thrive, yeah, I think that we've all had enough. What keeps you up at night, yeah, make all the demons quiet, yeah, we were built to thrive, yeah, I think that we've all had enough. Oh, yeah, I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan, they know that we're calling it wrong. You got me like, oh, yeah, I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan, they know that we're calling it wrong.
Okay, now that you saw how I did all that, I'm going to, well, first actually, I want to do something with this one. I got these hands, dropped one. I got these hands from the Elite 82, this one that I made a custom with, and I'm going to switch them to see how it looks. And look at that. I feel like it's missing something. I don't know what I could add. I guess because I'm used to it with gloves, but it kind of like how she was recently, that look. Now let me try to make these heads interchangeable. Let me start with this one. I'm going to use the Ultimate as an example. So let me take that off so I can see how the hole looks. You can see here, that one's a lot smaller, so I gotta make it the same size. Be very careful with this if you try this at home. See, I think I did a little bit, but definitely not there yet.
What keeps you up at night, yeah? Make all the demons quiet, yeah. We were built to thrive, yeah. I think that we've all had enough. What keeps you up at night, yeah? Make all the demons quiet, yeah. We were built to thrive, yeah.
Okay, well, it's taken me about 30 minutes, but I finally got it about the same size. And now look at this. Pops into place. This is how she looks like now. And then let's say I want to go back to the Ultimate Edition head. There we go. Now I can use whatever head I want. Either this one or this one. And of course I'm going to do it with these two as well. But I really like how this looks. Let me see. Put this back on. This is a cool little custom. And of course I would like to see how it looks like with this head and then with that head. I would just have to do that with those two. Look at that. Good start so far. There's a lot of pieces of the inside of it all over the place. It's like pencil shavings all over the floor now. And look at that. I really like how that looks. And again, I'm gonna show you again. Just pops off. It's awesome. I really like that. And just pop back into place. I think if I go a little more, you wouldn't hear a pop. But I think I prefer to hear a pop rather than it just doesn't go on. It just falls off every time it goes upside down. But yeah, look at that. I don't know what I need to add. Like, I feel like I need to add something to the arms. I don't know, maybe like a bracelet or something. Maybe elbow pads. I know she worn elbow pads or like something on her arm before. But yeah, well, there's one. Now I gotta do with the other ones. We start with this one, I guess. Actually, now that I think about it, let me see something. Like, for example, let me try this one. Look at that. Oh, that looks cool. I like that. Look at that. Look at that. I really like that. That's really cool. I like that. And then there we go. Comes out super easily. I like that. I like that I did this. Actually, you know what? Let me leave it like that. I really like that. Well, there we go. One head out of the way. Now I gotta do the other ones.
We control the airwaves, no negotiation. I refuse to think we need saving. Something good will come from creation. And when we think that the world is too anxious.
Okay, finally, look, I got this one. And I really like how that one looks too. Look at that. Look at that. I really like that. It's kind of like the gear she wore when she won Money in the Bank. One thing that's a bit off is that I don't think she wore like tights or fishnets like this then, but that's the only difference. But I really like how that looks. Look at that. I think I'm gonna do this one off camera because it took me so long to do these two. But then I'll show you how it looks like afterwards. So yeah. Okay, well I finally finished. This is the look that I ended up going with. This is actually now that I think about it, this is actually more accurate to what the figure was supposed to be. It came with this head for some reason, even though this is more accurate. This is actually more accurate than that because this is what she actually looked like when they had this match, her and Sasha at Abu Dhabi. But of course I can change it. Let's say we take it off, and then I can put it on this one. So let's say this would be like WrestleMania 33, right? And then I change the head. And now it's like how she was the SmackDown after that WrestleMania, where she faced Naomi again. And look at that. That looks really cool. I like that. I'm going to leave it like that for now, so you can see what I did. Of course, I already showed this, but let me see. For example, just to switch ahead again, I can also do this. She never looked like this, but I can do it now if I want to. Let me see, did I show this? I don't remember if I showed this, but there it is. This could be like, she had a match on Raw, I think, where she had the black and silver gear with the ponytail, right? So this would be it, or change the head, put this one back on, and now it's how she was when she won Money in the Bank. Look at that. I think this head, I think it was made because it was made for this one. It's like a little weird, so like it like goes too far down. I mean, it doesn't look bad, but like I said, maybe I pull it a bit up and don't push it all the way down. Look at that. A bit better. Just pull it a bit up there so you can actually see her neck and she's not like all the way down. And yeah, look at that. And also, I guess I can also show how I switched the kick pads. So you see this is how it looks like now with these kick pads. I feel like they're a bit short. Like she looks shorter now. Like her leg looks shorter. And then this is how this one turned out. The reason I decided to switch these is because they had the pink on the back, and it wouldn't have made sense with this one. And this one doesn't have anything on the back, so I thought it would work better. Well, this was really fun to do. I would definitely recommend it if you can. If you can, of course. Be careful with the hot water because you can burn yourself. Even me not really getting that close to it, it burned my fingers a bit. And also when I would grab onto the figure and it would still be wet, my fingers stung a bit. But yeah, I mean, be an adult or ask an adult for help. Of course, I am an adult, so I didn't need to ask for help. And then of course, also you should definitely be careful using an x-acto knife. But you can also use scissors or like a screwdriver, but I feel like it's better because it's more like precise. I didn't want to just go in with like a screwdriver or scissors and just kind of go crazy with it and end up messing it up. I wanted to be careful with these figures because I don't want to mess them up and then have to buy more because I don't have the money to do that. Which is also why I did this, because I didn't want to just buy another one with this head so I could make more customs, because that would be way too much money. Now whenever I want to, I can just change the head. And of course, from now on, the new elites, you can switch the head on them whenever you want, so that's cool. I don't have to do this anymore. Also, something to note, when you do this, you are going to have a bunch of shavings from the plastic, and I'm going to have to clean this up. But yeah, you're going to have to make sure to clean that up. Well, again, like I said, this was fun to do. I would recommend, of course, be careful with everything. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you later.